Welcome to the channel, everybody. This is Hardware Despair. My name is Ryan, and today we are playing Unreal World. And here we are at our secondary campsite. We're very tired. Shoot, it is early morning though, so obviously our sleep schedule is a little bit off, but I have to sleep. Okay, we're lively. It's late morning. That's not so bad. Now, let's check. We came to this location just to pick up our meat. We had a bunch of food here drying. You can see there's one stack, well, two stacks left. They have 3 more days, though. So I don't really plan on sticking around this area for 3 days. If we look at the map, let's see here. We're close to home, but I mean, we're definitely far enough away that it's not convenient. So I am going to run home because I've actually got a whole bunch of stuff on me. I'm kind of heavy. Like, look at all this food, man. I tell you, the first thing I'm going to do as soon as it gets warmer, the ground thaws out a bit, I am going to build a cellar because we need to start storing our food somewhere safe that will keep it preserved for as long as possible. And that means we need a cellar. So you can see I'm trying to head over this direction. Let's go ahead and eat. We've got all this food, and here I am letting my guy go hungry. All right, I'm going to drink a little bit. Beautiful. Yep, best part about traveling in the winter is that you can go right over the water like that, no problem. Now, we are extremely tired. He just passed out, but luckily he slept straight through. And we're good to go now. So it's just really dark, hard to see. Let's see where exactly. Okay, we need to start heading eastward. And I know the location by sight now. I do recognize it. Here it is right here. So sometimes if you can start to figure out like landmarks on the world map, you can navigate to your base location, even in the dark. But you got to get used to it. You got to figure out the landscape and stuff. Anyway, so here we are. Let's see here. So we've got our own stack of drying food right there. In fact, we've got 2 stacks of it. There's one there. Let me zoom in. There we go. I think I'm going to drop this meat right here, just to the north of our shelter. Obviously, this isn't ideal, just dropping food on the ground like this. But again, we can't dig a cellar up until the ground thaws out. Okay, I've dropped the food. I've dropped off the cordage that we brought. I'm pretty light. Let's check. Yeah, I got my arrows. Everything's good. I do need to refill my bowl of water, but I can do that in a minute or two. So what I think we're going to do is continue to hunt. The goal right now is to stock up on all the furs we can get so that we can do some trading, hopefully, before the end of winter. I'd like to make one more trip and, yeah, definitely get some axes. At least we need more axes so we can build our shelter up here. That's what this monstrosity here is. If we look, in case you guys missed it, we had a little help cutting down these trees. But we do have a bunch of logs ready. Well, these are tree trunks, not logs, but they're ready to go. You know what? I'm going to pick up 2 of these fine boards. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to pick up 2 of them, not 1. And I'm going to drop them over here. We're going to use those for a special project. Actually, I've got more boards over here, don't I? Let me pick these up. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Drag those. Branches, boards. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to be making some skis with this stuff here eventually. So that's what I want that for. But like I said, that's for later time. Let's go ahead and do some hunting for now. So, yep, here we are at the nice hunting ground, the huge open area. Let's double check the map. Yep, this is it. This is the spot. We've killed several elk here already. As you can see, I did keep a nice stack of 7 pounds of food on me. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Just so we'll have food for the road, obviously. In a couple of days, I will go back to that other camp. We'll pick up all the dried meat that's left there, all the cordage. We'll bring it up here, and we probably won't go back there for a while unless it's on the way to a trade mission or something. Now we could dive in and try and attack this hare, but I'm not even going to bother with it. A hare is too small a game for me. I'm not even worried about wasting time with that. We are getting tired though. It's a little bit early. I think I'm just going to push my guy until he passes out, basically. It sounds terrible, but it's not. It's not the worst thing in the world. He'll be fine. So we do need to get some water for him, but I'm going to feed him and let him go back to bed. There we go. Early morning. Let's see here. Yeah, I should have probably made some skis considering we're walking around in this knee-deep snow, but when you do this, you just have to remember if you see an animal, always stop and rest before you try and go in and hunt it. Just because if you go in there at 42%, a negative 42% endurance, yeah, you're not going to be able to successfully hunt an animal. So you just got to rest. Keep that in mind. Whoops, darn it. Keep exiting and entering the map at the wrong times here. All right, so I'm going to eat. There we go. It's late morning. We're lively. This is perfect hunting time. So I'm going to keep looking around here. Just when you least expect it, you see an elk or a reindeer pop up, or hey, maybe even a bear. Although I'm still not quite confident enough to take a bear on. If we had a dog, I would definitely do it. But right now we don't have any animals. So, oops, he's ready to drop again. It's late afternoon. Oh, I thought that was an animal. That's a trader there, by the way. So no worries. Nothing to be scared of. Time to sleep, buddy. Okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. When I took that, put that hole in the ice, I did not fill up my bowl with water. So now I have to get some more water. Darn it. Yeah, it'll also be good. I need to keep my eyes out for a larger water containing device when we do a trade. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to want, so I'll just be lucky if I get half of my wish list. Let's see, where exactly are we? Ooh, we have to be careful because these purple circles you're seeing, at the center of these is going to be a yellow square like this one here, roughly in the near the center, and that is an enemy village. If I stumble into that, it means most likely I'm going to die. Most likely, not instant death, but I would be hunted and killed by the villagers there. So we will one day clear those out and we will go on the offensive. But for right now, we're not in a strong enough position to do that. Basically, we need to become super wealthy. And yeah, we just need to be killing and successfully hunting lots and lots of animals. Okay, well, now here's an interesting animal, speaking of, but I don't think I'm going to hunt it. There's a wolf dead ahead of me. You see it right there? Oh man, we've already encountered one wolf in this playthrough, but this is something, a bear I would take on if I had a dog or two. With wolves, a pack of wolves, I wouldn't, even with dogs, unless I had like 10 dogs or something, because a pack of animals is much harder to defend yourself than like one big old single lumbering bear, you know? But what is that? Oh, there's a badger straight ahead of us or something. That's hard to see. The smaller animals can be tricky to see at times. There we go. We just passed out. Good job, buddy. Take a break. Take a break when you need it, man. I don't care. Okay, well, I was unsuccessful in my hunting trips, but I did pass enough time to come back here, and I believe our food should be ready. There we go. So all the dried meat is now collected from this area. All that's left here is basically firewood and some stones. Actually, I might take these stones with me. Let's see, can I carry the bones too? I will want the bones eventually for dogs and stuff. Yeah, we can carry a bunch of stuff. So our guy's pretty tough. He's pretty strong in endurance. So let's go ahead and leave this area. You can see if we look at the map real quick, I've got a nice little trek ahead of me, but it's not too long. I think we'll be fine. The unfortunate thing would be is if we saw elk along the way, because I would either need to like stop and drop everything or just ignore it and keep going, because you definitely can't take an animal on when you're this over encumbered. Look, I can barely move like without having to stop and rest. Speaking of which, I should probably eat too. Come on now. All right, we made it. It was a long, slow journey, but we did make it back. So I'm going to drop off all this food. Look at this. We got dozens and dozens of pounds of dried meat now, so that's incredible. We've got a lot of good food to last, but we can also trade with it. So food is also very good for trading. You have to trade a lot of it to get good stuff, but I mean, that's just how it is. So let's see here. Let me drop all this stuff real quick, and then we'll take a kind of an inventory of what we might be able to trade with. Well, before we take a look at the different stuff I've got to trade with, I think it's important to go ahead and make a set of skis. There's plenty enough time and resources to do it, so if we're going to get ready for a long journey across the world map, we should be skiing. So I've got the ski stick made. Ski stick's pretty easy. It's just a slender trunk, an axe, and 1 pound of leather, which I had. Most of what the leather I used was the little scraps of bird leather that I've been collecting, so that was good. Now, if I go into the skis themselves, we're ready for that. I've picked up 2 boards. I want to use fine boards, so I've selected really nice boards. I've got my axe, my knife. I have 4 pounds of fur. Let's get that selected. So I'm going to use the harsh elk. No. I'm going to use the winter elk fur here. I've got 7 pounds of it. There we go. Now I'm going to use the 12. There's a 12 feet of leather rope here. I'm going to use that. Very good. And it's going to take a little while. Hopefully we don't start to freeze, but we'll be okay. Since it's daylight, we don't have to worry about it. I am going to pass out, though, as soon as this is done. Wow, this was a long process. Forgot how long it takes to make skis. I hope they turn out decent. Oh, we got inferior skis. That's all right. Let me eat real quick and take a nap because my guy is about to just, literally, he's ready to drop. I'm going to try it. Nope, can't move. All right, there we go. So let's see here. Let's demonstrate the skis now. So I've got the skis in my inventory. I have the inferior skis and the inferior ski stick. Let me drop this other stuff here. I don't need this rope anymore. Also, I don't need the fur or the leather. Boom, there we go. So what you want to do is you want to hit A for action, and you're going to equip your skis like that. So now I'm wearing skis. It says it right down here in the little message box. You are wearing skis now. But the skis won't work. You can see I move around, but there's no skis under me. The skis won't work unless you have the ski stick in your hand. So then you want to go W, you want to wield the ski stick in your hand, and you're going to go click it, inferior ski stick. Now you can see that right here, it's wielded, but it did replace my arrow. So it kind of handicaps you a little bit when you're hunting in winter with your skis on. It definitely makes it a little bit harder because whenever you get in range and you want to shoot, you're going to have to unequip your ski stick and re-equip your arrow. But like I say, it's just something that only concerns you in the winter. During spring and summer, you can take your ski sticks off and leave them back at camp. So, but now when I move, you'll see, boom, the skis are now on there because I have both action equipped and I have the wielded ski stick. So we're good to go. Now, they're both inferior quality, but that's okay. It should help a little bit with traveling. So we're ready. If we want to do a mission, the only thing I could really wait for is either I could try and hunt more, or I can wait for these more of this food here to dry. This one's got 12 days. Oh, this one dries out in 2 to 3 days. Yeah, I should probably wait. So there's a bunch of food here, but I mean, the more the better. And if I could kill another animal in the meantime, that'd be fantastic. Now, one thing I want to address before I do any hunting, though, real quick, is I want to get this water because I still have, in case you guys missed this from previous several episodes back, I had early kills for these forest reindeer here. So I've dropped those. I'm going to drop these, but I had to preserve them. So these things are not tradable right now. They're just preserved. I'd like to go ahead and get them finished so that we can trade these away. So what I'm going to do is I've actually been drying fat. I have a bunch of fat here that's dried. I hope I have enough. I might not. We'll see, because when you dry the fat out, it reduces the size of it quite a bit. So we'll see if we have enough. But these are kind of smallish skins. But anyway, let me see. How do we do this? Oh, hold on. Let me pick them up. There we go. Okay, so I think we just rinse them. Yeah, so the fat part will come here later on. So first we got to rinse them. Let's see here. Soaked foreskin will be ready by morning. So yeah, we just basically start the long process of uncuring these and getting them ready for treatment for more, rubbing the fat in and then drying them, just like you would a normal skin. I think it takes an extra step or so though. Anyway, so we're doing good. I just have to make sure not to eat this fat, and maybe while I'm waiting, I will ski around a little bit and just look for something. We'll see. Okay, well, here we go. I did not get lucky on the hunt again. It's hard in the winter time. There's not a lot of game. We've been very lucky this whole winter getting all this food. But that all aside, let's focus on these skins. So here I am back at the water hole. I've got the skins in my inventory. We're going to go ahead and tan up these two. Now it is asking for the fat, so we need zero point 0.9. Oh, that's a lot. So I've got zero point 0.7 there. We might be able to own... No, I can't even do one of these. Really? Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so that's not good. Because since I soaked these things, they're going to start to go bad here eventually. So let's see here. Can I cure them again? Yes, okay, I can cure them again. All right, so, well, that stinks, but we had to find out. You know, I thought maybe I had enough fat, but I don't. I simply don't. I will drop this fat. We're going to save it. Of course, I'm not going to just go and eat it now because there's more fat coming. You can see that I've got some elk fat right here that's being dried, so maybe we'll be able to. And of course, once the spring and summer comes around, I can use certain kinds of bark, tree bark, for tanning material, so it's not a big deal. If we just have to leave those things preserved till it warms up, that's okay. But in the meantime, that means that we can take a little nap, and now we can go hunting again. Yay! All right, let's head out. Let's see now. I'd kind of like to head a little bit farther to the east. We keep going over the same ground down south because it's nice and open, but there's some ground over here we could cover. I think I just saw something. But let's eat a little bit. But a lot of it's covered up over here, so might be worth uncovering some of this dark stuff. Let's just see. Yeah. Now you can see if you pay attention. Oh, no. No thanks for the squirrel. If you pay attention to my endurance level, you'll see with the skis on, it stays relatively the same, even in the thick, dense snow like this. So that's good. And again, I'm not going for the small game. Not interested. I'm only looking for the big stuff. Elk and deer and stuff. Okay, so there is some nice hunting ground over here too. Take a look at the map again. Yeah, there's a lot of nice dark area here. I'm loving that. All right, let's keep uncovering stuff. Here we go. Ooh, a little lake over here. Very nice. Starting to get late again, but that's okay. We'll just sleep out in the open tonight. Yeah, I want to keep exploring here. I have a feeling all this new territory, we're probably going to come across something. Oh, it's always great when you can find a mountain like this and step onto it because you can see how limited my visibility is until I get on the mountain. Then you can literally see everything around you. But in the area we're at, mountains aren't really that common, but it's nice when you do find one. You could even think about setting up a base on one like this in an area that's it's so rare to see them. It'd be kind of a cool base idea. Not something I've done before myself. There isn't a tremendous advantage to it other than you have access to like a ton of stone. But it would, unless you got a forest right next to it, it might be a little tough getting your wood supply for a full cabin or whatever. But yeah, it's okay. It's a good idea. Let's see here. So I am pretty far south of my base. See, the problem with exploring like this is if I did get a kill down here, I mean, it's great, but I'd have to bring the meat all the way back. It's not that far, but I just have to stay conscious of it because if I do go too far, it'll become an issue. We might lose some meat. Okay, but I'm just going to keep exploring. Well, after several days of hunting, no luck, still nothing. But that's just how it goes. You get a lot of unsuccessful stuff. Now, oops, I just picked up all the dried meat I had. That's okay, though. I've also got all this meat to pick up now, so that's a whole bunch of meat. Let me go ahead and drop these cordage here because we don't need these, but I think it's about time since we're having such bad luck with hunting. It might be time to go ahead and just do some trading. Now, there is more meat here, 304 pieces, but that's got another 9 days. I mean, in 9 days' time, it's going to be spring probably. Like, we're only 4 weeks from the summer season, so we're literally on the edge of spring right now. So if we want to go while we can still travel over the ice very easily, I think now is the time. Because if we look at the world map, we're actually quite far from our trading destination. So we're up here on this by this purple. We're wanting to go all the way back down here to this area. I'm determined to trade with these folks again. So this is where we did our first expedition. We barely uncovered any of their territory, but they have tons of great stuff. Now, like I say, it's a long journey, though. We've got to go all the way over this. There's a lot of water we got to cross over. Here we are, all the way up here. So you can see it's going to take several days. And if we can just cross over the rivers and stuff without having to wade through it or try and swim, that's going to be immensely helpful. So in other words, all that I'm not going to wait 9 days for. So let's go ahead and pick up the furs that we have. Ugh, I have so many crappy furs, but that's okay. I'm going to even take these little pieces and scraps. You know what? On second thought, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave those because we'll need them for crafting at some point. I will take these 2 shovels. Maybe we can trade them. Maybe not. Nothing else here is really valuable, though, sadly, except for all the food we've got. Let me check on these real quick. I just want to make sure. Well, 2 days. Okay, yeah, so they'll be fine. Once those things are done after this stage, I think they'll officially be cured. I hope. We'll see. We'll find out. Now, I could actually stay here and maybe make some more arrows. That's not a bad idea, except I don't think I have any stones. Let me see. Or rocks, actually. Rocks is what I need, not stones. Let's see. I don't. No. I need to go searching for it, and that just means putting the trip off longer and longer. So we're not going to do it. We're just going to go ahead and sleep. Now, one thing I could do, actually, which is not a bad idea, let me take the linen. So if I really, really need to, I could make some arrows once we get there. You know, so if there was something I desperately wanted and I just didn't have enough, I could make a few arrows with that linen. It's not the end of the world. So we'll do that. Now, we do have plenty of food for this trip. There's no denying that. I've literally got probably close to 100 pounds of food. Not quite, but we're getting there. I've got 453 dried elk cuts right there. Dang, let's try these. I want to see if these are good or bad or what. Sometimes yeah, they're not very good. They're bland. That's not good. You don't know until you try them. See how some of them say tasty, some of them say bland, but some of them you don't know. These are just normal here because they're just dried elk cuts. But that, of course, will, you know, increase or decrease their trading value slightly. But anyway, enough chatter. Let's get going here. Of course, I got to zoom out. And like I said, I'm just going to start speeding. I'm not even worried about obstacles except water, obviously. If it's like the big ocean, we can't cross it. But yeah, I'm just moving. Of course, I'm checking my location occasionally. Here's the first river we're going to be crossing. Let's see. I'm already exhausted, so I need to rest, get my endurance up. Look, there's an elk right there. No worries, we're not hunting right now. We're not taking it. So here's the first river, obviously. Let's take a little drink of the water. Beautiful. Eat a little bit. All right, so we first leg of the journey complete. Let me tell you, we've still got a long way to go here. Yeah, I think it's also fun to try and open up some of your undiscovered territory when you're doing trips like this. So don't always take the exact same route, you know, each time. But that's what I'm going to work on. Anyway, it's going to be hopefully an uneventful journey. But if anything pops up, I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, well, here's something you guys haven't seen, or at least that I haven't showed you before in this playthrough. This is one of the purple guys. This is the dude right here. So the purple culture that we're near, that are the hostile enemy on this world, that's these guys right here. If you look at them, see, they appear as red when they're individual on the map. So human-shaped figure. Yeah, if I were to encounter this guy, he would attack me on sight. Now I'm not going to. You can usually avoid them. If you see them, you can just avoid them. Just go around them, you know. But sometimes you don't see them, so you got to watch out for that. And they can be anywhere. They're not necessarily just restricted to their own cultural territory. They move around just like we move around, you know. There's some reindeer here I'm not interested in. This is this is a trading mission, not a hunting mission. So I'm not able to waste time trying to kill animals right now. You can see, still got a ways to go, so I'll be back. Well, we've made it quite a distance here. As you can see, we have reached the spot of one of our very first bases, our little campsite here, where we first started the game. Of course, I've got a lot more to go, though. We're not stopping here. I guess I could have stopped and slept there, but it's okay. We're having a lot of good luck with the weather, so it's not a big deal. But we're almost there. We're getting close. All right, we have arrived at our destination. Here we are. We're the little red circle there in the north. And as you can see, I have marked some of these. Whenever I come to a town, as I've explained previously, I always like to mark at least what kind of animals they'll sell. So these people have sheep. I think these ones have, yeah, there's a dog over here. Also, you'll see I put MW stands for Masterwork. So this place also has some Masterwork axes. So I'm going to go to this place first. But the ones that I don't mark means they don't have animals or they don't really have anything too like compelling there. But they're still sometimes worth checking because they will have good stuff, just not like masterwork quality necessarily. But this whole area, there's a lot of cultural area. Oops, let me get rid of this. Yeah, there's a lot of cultural area for us to explore. So there's still a ton of cities. Now, I don't have a whole lot to trade, so we're just coming for more an essential run, basically. I know exactly what I need, but unfortunately, it's going to take me some time. Like I said, I think that first place with the dog, I am going to buy a dog too. I'm counting on hopefully having enough food to barter ourselves a dog. So let's go to that first village that we're going to stop at. This is the one. Okay, so this one you can see I've got it marked, and we already looked. It's a dog and masterwork axe. So this will be our first trading location, but that's going to have to wait for the next episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here in the Unreal world. If you enjoy this content, consider hitting like and subscribe for me. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next episode.